Welcome back. My name is Tom Story. I'm a sales representative and the team leader with the Story team, and we sell real estate in Toronto. In this week's video, I want to discuss the current Toronto condo market because condo sales make up more than half of all sales that happen every single month. So it's a significant portion of what's happening in the market, and when things change in the condo market, they change in the overall market. Now, if you've been watching the news or any kind of publication in the media over the last 3, 4, 5 weeks, you've been seeing that the Toronto real estate market is on fire again. We're seeing multiple offers, we're seeing bidding wars come back, the demand is significantly off the charts. But what they're not really saying is that most of what's happening right now is happening in the freehold market. So semi-detached, attached, detached properties, they're the ones that are selling way over asking, but it's not exactly the same in the condo market right now. So why is that? Why is the condo market not performing the same way that the freehold market is performing when things seem like, we've shot out of a cannon again and the buyers are back out there? And what it all comes down to is inventory. So if you go back to the beginning of 2020, the first 2.5 months of this year were extremely active across the board. So January, February, and basically the first 15 days of March. Obviously, April was the month where prices dipped down, but they've kind of bounced back in every other segment. I want to give you an idea over the past 5 years what the condo market has looked like. So here's some numbers that may actually be surprising to you. If you look at the past 5 years of the Toronto condo market, back in 2016, your average price was $442,000. When you jumped to 2017, it jumped all the way to $564,000. Then you jump to 18, we've cracked the $600,000 mark. We're at $603,000. 19, we're up about $40,000. We're at $642,000. And then 2020, the most recent numbers that just came out, we're at $465 to own a condo in the 416 area code of Toronto. But what's interesting, if you break down those numbers, that means in the past 5 years, condos have gone up 51% in value. 51%. 10% every single year. We've had double-digit growth every single year. And one of the main reasons why is that condos are affordable. They're great for first-time home buyers. They're great for investors. And the second reason was, well, there wasn't a whole lot to choose from, so a lot of them were selling over asking. And that's where things are slightly different today. We never were going to have double-digit price growth maintained. If you look at the 40-year chart of Toronto growth from 1980 till 2020, we're averaging about 6.5% growth, which is still really good, but condos have been outpacing everything for the past 5 years. So here's what's happening right now. The Toronto condo market, we are pushing to more of a balanced market. Now, this doesn't mean necessarily that prices have gone down, because they really haven't. The prices have been pretty good, but the condo that used to take a week to sell is now taking 30 days, 40 days to sell, and it's all based on price point. What I'm seeing right now is anything under $650,000, it's still selling fairly well and fairly quickly. But when you jump up to $800,000 plus, those condos are sitting on the market a little bit longer. So, does this mean the bubble has burst? The Toronto condo market is no more? Well, no, not necessarily. It's just during this period of time, freehold is outpacing. And I think one of the reasons why is I think a lot of people want more space. And for me, as a real estate agent who sells a lot of condos downtown, typically when I meet with a buyer for the first time, you know what they tell me? They go, Tom, I work here, so I want to be this far from my work address, and that's why I want this condo. Well, that's changed these days, right? Some people are gonna work from home for the next 2 years. So just something to think about. And just one other thing I wanna mention is that condos in Toronto right now on the rental side are also slow, and that's because Airbnb was banned for a while, so you had that flood of inventory come to the market. People don't know when schools are coming back or how often they're gonna go in for the next semester, so you have less students renting properties. So we're seeing that domino effect. Again, I don't think it's time to freak out and sell your condo right away unless you absolutely have to. I think any real estate decision should be locked in long term. Like if you're in the stock market and you take your money out the one day that the stock market goes up 10%, you lose your yearly gains. So just something to think about. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, I'd really like to hear them below in the comments. And if you enjoyed this type of content, feel free to follow us on Instagram. We are extremely active on that platform, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a great day, and remember, home is where your story begins.